Up with KREM begins now.
Right now on Up with KREM, new Washington laws are cracking down on police policies. The new measures we could see at local departments.
And a rude awakening for a Tumwater family. How a rooster racked up nearly $10,000 in fines.
Ooh, that's one expensive bird. All right, we're going to take you outside, tuck clouds building back into the inland northwest, and let you know what that means for your potential freeze early this morning.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Dana Marie McNichol.
Well, the Kendall Yards night markets are back for the season.
That's right. All smiles this morning on Up with KREM, especially since that season does kick off at 5 p.m. tonight. So many amazing local vendors. If you're hungry, get ready because we have Brandon T. Jones live there with some great food in his hand. Brandon, good morning.
You better share.
Good morning, everyone. I'm really excited right now because I just took a couple of bites of this, and straight blessings to start off the morning. I'm with Matthew Tron right now. He's the owner of this delicious food that I'm holding right now, and he started up Big Daddy's in 2020 last year, right? Yep. September. And he's got something really special on his hands. So I'm gonna ask you a question right now, Matthew. Yes, sir. What's it like being able to, make people smile with the great food you provide for the community? But also talk a little bit about the startup process and being able to be the owner of a food truck.
All right. Well, to start off, it's amazing. This is what I like to do. I like to feed people. I want to make them happy and bring a little bit of that Asian culture, to the community. Starting up. It was a little difficult, it's a long stretch. Yeah. We were actually sharing with People's Waffle in the beginning. They bought the truck, and they were amazing enough to let us rent the truck from them and let us use it when they weren't using it. For sure. So that was amazing. It was a blessing. So they decided to go brick and mortar, and then we bought the truck from them, and now we're just full-time trucking out there.
Full-time trucking out there. This is their first Kendall Yards night market, so come out and support it. And I'm gonna take a bite right now. I've already told you, I tried it a little bit. The flavors in here are absolutely amazing. So while I chow down on it a little bit, Matthew, can you tell us a little bit about the ingredients you got in here? The sauce is fire.
For sure. So in our bun, we start off with a pork pate aioli. Then we have a pork kailua. Then we have our marinated proteins, which is steak, chicken, Chinese barbecue pork. We also have tofu.
And this is the banh mi. This is the banh mi.
This is the banh mi and the rice bowl. We got fresh cucumbers, fresh cilantro, pickled daikons and carrots, and we have our house sauce on top. And if you're not a bread fan, we put it on top of rice for you.
Lower carbs, but no, for sure. This is really good. Like a lot of flavors combined in the bowl. You'll be really content with ordering this. Can you talk a little bit about that Asian culture you say you bring into the community, man?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm half Chinese. My dad's full Chinese. We grew up eating all this type of food, and this is something that's not quite out there. People's always asking me what's a banh mi. It surprises me, so I just want to give this to the public. I love it, and I hope everybody else does too.
Yes, sir. I love it too, man. You want to give any shout outs to anybody? This is really good. So I'm sure he's gonna have a lot of people coming out here to support the business tonight. Instagram too. Tell us where we can find you, and then if you have any shout outs, go ahead, man.
Yeah, this is it. We're on Instagram and Facebook at Big Daddy's Banh Mi's. I guess good morning to my wife and the kids. I love y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's got something really special on his hands. I appreciate you for joining me tonight. This morning, I'm like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but good vibes. Come check him out tonight, Kendall Yards Night Market.
Yes, sir. Two good men right there. Thank you so much. And that looks so delicious.
Every photo makes my mouth water. We are just discussing right now when and how we're going to get down there today.
Yeah, absolutely. And banh mi, best sandwich out there. I will argue that with anyone. If you don't believe me, go down and try it.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Again, 5 o'clock tonight. You're going to want to check it out. All right, it is 6:34 though. Jeremy, what will the weather be like around 5 o'clock tonight?
Oh, a big change from this morning. We had some cool temperatures as we started the day. There is no doubt about that. Our freeze warning is set to expire here in about an hour and a half, but many locations already climbing above freezing here early today. And that's thanks to cloud cover moving in from the south. That cloud cover comes with a little moisture. As we know, moisture is one of the greatest ways to advect warmer temperatures, or push warmer temperatures, or bring warmer temperatures. All right, here you go. You can see some of that moisture popping up on the radar to our south, not as widespread at the ground as what it looks like in that radar reading. It just is evaporating before it reaches the ground, but we do have the chance of seeing a couple of isolated showers today. Our bigger push of moisture comes early tomorrow morning, and we could be waking up to some much needed rain here in the inland northwest. Temps on the rise, though. We're going from the 40s this morning to the upper 50s this afternoon and this evening. So think yesterday. Take one from my book. Just wear the same thing you wore yesterday. We're changing wind for cloud cover later this afternoon, and it's fixing to be beautiful if you're heading out. So get out and enjoy the Kendall Yards Night Market.
I'm looking forward to that, Jeremy. Well, Governor Jay Inslee has signed a dozen new police reform measures into law, calling it a morale mandate. Now, the new laws established a statewide ban on chokeholds and neck restraints and put limits on when police can chase someone or use tear gas. Officers must also report their colleagues who use excessive force. The state will get an independent office to investigate cases when officers use deadly force.
And here's why this legislation is necessary. Many of these tactics have been used, unfortunately, that led to great tragedies and disproportionately against people of color.
Lawmakers worked closely with families who lost loved ones to police violence. They also helped them create these laws.
There are a lot of coronavirus headlines this morning. Let's break down 3 things you should know today. Up first, the Spokane Indians are adopting CDC and Washington State DOH guidelines when it comes to mask wearing. Fans who are fully vaccinated will not have to wear a mask when attending games. New state guidelines allow for outdoor facilities to add vaccinated sections until their total capacity is at 50%. Outdoor unvaccinated spectators cannot exceed 9,000 people, according to the guidelines. Number 2, another vaccine option is coming down the pipeline. We're told that Sanofi and GlaxoSmithKline say their coronavirus vaccine trials have shown promise, and regulators could greenlight the shot by the end of this year. The companies say they are now moving into phase 3 of testing and their vaccine candidate. Number 3, the Victoria Clipper and Argosy cruises will be sailing again once again. Both announced they will resume services on May 28th, and this could be a good sign for the larger cruise ships to make a comeback to the Seattle waterfront. Just last week, a bill passed the U.S. Senate that aims to lift restrictions on foreign vessels. The Port of Seattle believes it clears the decks for a potential return of the cruise industry.
I think we've become more optimistic, certainly here in Seattle. The feelings have really changed, haven't they?
The Clipper still needs the Canadian border to reopen to resume service to Victoria. The company says it will even provide a COVID vaccine clinic if needed. And since cruise lines are starting to reopen at the end of the month, we're asking you, are you ready to sail again and take a cruise this summer? You can text us your thoughts to the number there on your screen, 509-448-2000. You might see it right here on Up with KREM.
That's as loud as he gets right there.
Well, a Tumwater family is refusing to pay almost $10,000 in fines stemming from a neighbor's complaint about their crowing rooster. Right, the city does not allow roosters in residential neighborhoods, but Mike Johnson told us that his property has been used as a farm since the 1960s, and the state allows commercial farms to have roosters.
If it takes a court battle and a judge to make a final determination, then we'll eventually go there.
Well, the city doesn't consider the property a commercial farm. We'll definitely keep you guys updated on this story, but $10,000? That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Oh, man. Although, you know, if I wasn't an early riser, I would probably, go to my neighbor. Yeah. Okay, here's this thing. Not that long ago, people used to go talk to their neighbors.
Right.
Weird concept.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? You could just walk over and say, hey, neighbor, that rooster's kind of loud. Or you could say, hey, neighbor, anything I can help out with? Hey, neighbor, can I borrow a cup of sugar? What happened to that?
Yeah, people said it's the invention of ACs and garage door openers that really changed the neighbor dynamic, because now you don't sit out on your porch on a hot day, or your garage opener, you can avoid your neighbors completely. So it's really changed the dynamic of how we interact with our neighbors. So just go say hi.
I've definitely asked my neighbors for butter, and we sit on our porch. So I like our neighborhood.
Dana
definitely.
Marie. There you go.
Keeping it old school, yeah.
All right, still ahead. Since May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we want to highlight those in our local community. So after the break, the president of the Spokane Chinese Association joins us live on air. She's showing us something pretty cool, how to write in Mandarin.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. And coming up, we're going to let you know what the weather's doing today. We have a couple of reports of some light mist coming down in parts of the inland northwest this morning. I'll let you know where that is after the break.